Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jordan if you are new here, and I am a professional figure skater. If you aren't aware, I am currently working on board a cruise ship. I am on the Explorer of the Seas working for Royal Caribbean, and I want to show you a day of preparation for an ice show because tonight is a show night. Most of you probably don't realize just how much work goes into putting together an ice show and running an ice show successfully. So today I'm going to show you everything that I do to get ready for showtime. But of course, I am just one person. There are many moving pieces to running an ice show successfully. We've got the rest of the cast and everyone has their own process of getting ready, as well as stage staff, our production manager, our light tech, our sound tech. Like, there is so much going on, but I want to give you a performer's perspective and kind of explain what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. Our shows tonight on board are at 8:15 and 10:15 p.m. It is currently 4 o'clock and I need to start getting ready for the shows. So I am going to start the hair and makeup process. This is my specific ritual. I always do my hair and makeup before warm-up ice. So I'm gonna start with hair. I have washed my hair last night, which I don't like to do the day before a show, but we did have shows yesterday as well, and my hair just really needed a wash. So we are rocking the natural hair today. I'm gonna do my best to link everything that I use in this video as well as what I'm wearing, so check out the description box for the links. My hair for this contract is very simple. It does not take me much time, luckily. Some shows I've had, it takes a long time. For this show, I just do 2 French braids down the side of my face into a low ponytail, and that is literally it. So it's going to be a little bit more difficult to braid my hair because it is super silky and clean. It is always easier to braid dirty hair because it just grips better. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna spray a little bit of hairspray over my hair, just right there, just so that it gives it a little bit more texture and hopefully should make the braiding process easier. First, I am going to just fix my part because it was just not super fresh. I'm gonna start with this side of my head and I'm gonna just do a French braid. If you don't know how to do this, you can search on YouTube how to French braid. Actually, back in like middle school and maybe even high school, I couldn't do this myself, which is kind of funny to think, but like anything, it just takes practice. But I'm actually doing a Dutch braid instead of a traditional French braid, so it's the same exact technique. Basically, you just add hair as you go down the braid, but the difference with this braid is that instead of pulling it over top, I'm actually tucking it under, so it gives a little bit of a different effect. The braid looks as though it's popping out rather than folding in. I'll show you when it's done, you'll know what I mean, but I just prefer to do it this way for shows because I can get the hair very, very flat to my head and very tight, so it's super secure. Now that the braid is done, I'm just gonna finish it off with a regular braid. Now I'm just going to take a clear elastic and I'm going to finish off the braid like so. Because I've been trying to get my curl or like wave pattern back, it's a little bit more difficult. I'm not supposed to brush my hair per se because it will break up the curls, which can cause for a little bit of snarls, as you can see, but we're figuring it out. Another reason why you might see a lot of performers wearing braids for shows is because if they have wigs or headpieces or any kind of hair accessories, they're gonna have to clip to something, so you want to have something to secure, like a comb or a clip underneath, so braids are just the best way. Now I'm going to try to smooth out this ponytail as much as I can to my head and just put it in a low pony. Now I'm going to just spray the heck out of my hair so that I have what we like to call helmet head. With the amount of hairspray I have on my head, I feel like it's a fire hazard for sure. I also use the hairspray to smooth down the hair a little bit, but I don't want any flyaways during the show, so this helps with that. that is it for the hair. Now it's time to move on to the makeup. I do have a little bit of concealer on my face because I was out and about today. So I just want to start with skin. So I'm just going to use some micellar water to take off the excess. I do have mascara on, but I'll just keep that on because all I do is add lashes anyways. I can't remember the last time I showed you how I get ready for shows, so it's probably been a minute and my routine has changed a little bit. I've been having so much fun with like a fun eyeshadow look since Wonder because I got this really bright colored palette there that I decided to keep up with it here. I can't change the color combinations as much here because most of my costumes in this show are like a warmer tone, so I'm basically wearing orange, yellow, and red throughout the entire show. So if I did like a green eyeshadow look or purple, it just wouldn't match. Whereas on Wonder we had like every color under the sun in those costumes, so I could get a little bit crazier. But I just primed my face with the e.l.f. Acne Fighting Putty Primer. Love this stuff. I still have a good amount left because a little goes a long way. I find it to be a good primer, and it's always important to prime your face before applying makeup, especially if I'm gonna sweat because it just tends to run. But for foundation, I have been loving the Lancome Tint Idol Ultra Wear. They actually gifted this to me, and this is in the shade 340W, so 340 warm. It's pretty close to so I'm just going to pat this into my face using a wet beauty blender. It might just be me, but this foundation smells good. Like, I don't know. And it's super lightweight on your skin. Like, you don't feel cakey at all. So I really, really like it. Do not judge me for this, but concealer's been a little bit of a struggle here in Europe. I haven't been able to find my exact shade because I love the e.l.f. concealer and I haven't been able to find e.l.f. So I just picked up this Essence Camouflage Matte Concealer. It is a little bit too dark for me, but I'm going to try and blend it with this other e.l.f. concealer that's way too light for me. So I need something somewhere in the middle, but I'm going to just put this under my eyes, under my nose, and then I have a couple pimples that I want to cover. Yeah, like that's way too dark for me, but just wait till I get to the Caribbean, then it'll be fine. So I'm going to offset it with this super light colored concealer. That'll do. For blush, I am obsessed with the Rare Beauty blush. I want every color. If I could get PR from them, that would be a dream come true. I just purchased this myself. This is in the color Joy. So it is very pigmented, so I just like to do a dab. And I'm gonna take my blush brush and I'm going to disperse it and blend. I also like to do just the excess on my nose a little bit. I don't know. I just think it's cute. I should also probably mention that show makeup is a little bit more intense than like daily wear. If it does look a little bit striking, that's why, but we have a lot of lights on us, so the lights washes out, and that's why we need to have a little bit extra makeup. I am just bronzing my face now. I have the Essence Matte Bronzing Palette. I'm a drugstore girly through and through. Like, I love drugstore makeup, but I do also like high-end makeup. I don't usually like gravitate towards it. If it's gifted to me, it's fabulous, but I think that drugstore is just as good. And Essence has really stepped up their game recently, but you guys know I love e.l.f. Before we move on, I'm going to set my face. So this is just the e.l.f. translucent setting powder, HD powder, something like that, and I have a flat brush. So I'm just going to pat it in all over my face, especially in my T-zone, which is like where I sweat the most. That is good. Now is the fun part. So we are moving on to eyeshadow. I have this eyeshadow palette from Amazon and it's actually so good and it was so cheap. So these are the colors that are in the palette. Very vibrant, very fun. Might not be everyone's vibe, but it's a show. So I'm going to start with these two yellows right here, and I'm just going to apply them all over my lid with my ring finger. And what I really like about this palette is that it's very buildable. I've got this fluffy brush, so I'm gonna go in with the light pink right here as well as this orange, and I'm going to apply this to the crease. I'm also currently tucked into a blanket because my room is freezing. I think the heating is broken. Now I'm going to take another eyeshadow brush, just a little bit more condensed, and I'm gonna go in more intensely with this color right here. And then I'm gonna go in with this angled brush, and I'm going to take a mix of these two colors, and I'm going to apply that to the outer corners, so almost in like a V kind of shape. And then we'll go back in with the bigger fluffy brush to blend it all out. Last part of the eyeshadows, I'm gonna take this glitter yellow right here, and I'm going to put that right on the inner half of my eyelid. I am going to do my eyeliner off camera because I'm very bad at it, so I need to focus. Eyeliner is on in 3, 2, 1. There we go. Now for eyebrows, I already have a bit of product on them, but I'm just going to touch them up. So I just like to use an angled brow brush, and I use the NYX Tame and Frame brow pomade. I can't even tell you how long I've been using this product for because it's gotta be years and years and years. It's my favorite that I've found. I've gone through so many of them. To seal my brows, I've got the Essence Make Me Brow Eyebrow Gel Mascara. So it is tinted, so I don't really add a lot, but I just very lightly go over it just so that it stays in place. For mascara, I've already got a little bit on, but I'm just going to add a tiny bit because some of my yellow eyeshadow got on my lashes. So this is the Essence Lash Princess False Lash. To finish off the look, we need some lashes. So I have got these lashes. I don't remember which ones these are. I will try to locate the box, but I bought them at Target. I'm also not the best at showing this, but I'm just going to apply my lashes. You can already see with just one lash on how much of a difference it makes. Of course I need lipstick for the show, but I'm not going to put that on until later because I will have a little bit of a snack before showtime, so we will get to that later, but don't worry, it's coming. For now, I'm going to set my makeup with the Revlon Sport Fix setting spray. And aside from the lipstick, we are finished with the makeup. I am the September solo and I do wear orange and yellow, so I feel like it really goes with my costume. So this is what I do every single day. Sometimes I switch up the eyeshadow, but this is typically the usual look. For my outfit today, I'm going to wear this jacket, but I do need to wear another layer underneath. So I have got this top from Halara, which I love so much. The color is so fun, and then the leggings are also from Halara. So this is going to be my base, but I do also want to add another layer. So I've got this little long sleeve from First Form that I absolutely love. It's super comfortable. So I'm just gonna throw this on over top. I also love that this shirt has the little thumb holes to try and preserve my hair with putting this on. In between shows, I definitely won't throw this on. I'll just have these zip up. Zip ups are super easy to just throw on and off because they don't get in the way of your makeup. So this is what I'm wearing. And I need to fill my water bottle, and then we're gonna head to Studio B because I like to do my costume presets before I actually step on the ice, just so they are taken care of. If you're confused about what a costume preset is, it's basically just preparing our costumes to step into for our changes throughout the show. If you have all the costumes hung up, you're never gonna make your change in time, so we basically lay them out on the chair, on the floor, however we need, so that they're easy to step into and get zipped up by the dressers. For my floor warm-up, I like to warm up for about 30 minutes before I get on the ice. I actually packed a jump rope with me this contract, and it's been a game changer. I love jumping rope, so I usually do that for about 10 minutes, followed by some ab exercises, a little bit of Pilates if I feel that, and some stretching, of course. I gotta make sure that my body is well stretched out and ready to move. So it really depends on the day what I like to do. I have a loose routine for my floor warm-up, but every day it might vary slightly. Some days I even like to watch a 15-minute Move with Nicole Pilates video, so it really just depends. But it is extremely important that I am well warmed up for skating. It only takes me about 2 minutes to lace up my skates, so once I've got my skates on, I have 30 minutes on the ice. So I usually start with some stroking and edging, just slowly feeling the ice, not jumping right into any difficult elements or anything like that. So I stroke around for about 10 minutes and then I get to jumping. So I go through all of my jumps up through double axel or triple sow, depending on how fresh the ice is and how I feel. So I go through all the doubles and I actually do 4 double axels on every warm-up ice. I don't know why. I just like to do more than one and I like an even number. So I always do 4. That is part of my typical routine. And once I've done all my jumps, I move on to spins that are in the show and also spins that aren't in the show just to keep up with them and any other tricks that are in the show. Okay, done with warm-up. We were second warm-up today, so ice was decent. Actually, ice was not good, not because of warm-up time, but it's brittle, and I don't know why. So there's like a bunch of ridges and just giant holes, craters if you will.
Craters?
Craters in the ice, but it's okay. My foot is swollen, and I don't know why. There's an announcement going on outside the cabin. Hopefully you can't really hear it, but I am back in the room. It's time for me to have a little snack before the show because I personally can't eat dinner before a show. Like skating on a full stomach is by far the worst. I would much rather skate on an empty stomach than a full stomach. So obviously I won't have like a full dinner, but I just want to have something in my stomach to give me energy. So I want to make a little protein shake. I've got some almond milk in the fridge and I have some vegan protein powder that I really like. I bought it in Parias like a month and a half ago or something, but it's cookie flavored and it's very tasty. 22 grams of protein in 1 serving. It's cookie flavored, so it's very tasty, and it's gluten-free and dairy-free, so it's very gentle on my stomach. Alrighty. Yum. This is my absolute #1 favorite lipstick for shows. I've been using this since my first contract. This is the Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit lipstick. By far the best liquid lipstick I have ever used. I'm wearing the shade Missing Fierce. It's just the perfect red lip for a showgirl. It's not drying, it's very lightweight, and it actually stays on so well. I had bought a red lip liner to go along with this, but it ended up being way too light. So I'm just very careful when I outline my lips with this. Okay, alrighty, we are good to go. It is just about time for notes, so I'm gonna head to Studio B now and just read my book a little bit before notes start. We always go through show notes just outside of backstage just because there's more room and it's quiet. Show notes are essentially just going over improvements that need to be done for the upcoming show. So say somebody was off count or out of line in the show day the day before, Ice Captain will just go through, watch the show, and make a list of things that we need to correct, and then we go over it before the show starts. This helps keep the show clean. Also, we have notes if there is a reblock. So we've been in a reblock for 4 weeks now because Toby, one of our pair boys, was out, but he has come back into the show. So now we have to kind of regroup and try to remember what our normal show places are, because if somebody's out, we have to adjust. So yeah, that's basically a rundown of show notes. I am going to head there now. I've got my bag full of goodies. Obviously, I have cooled down since my warm-up, so after we do show notes, we'll have about 20 minutes or so to actually warm up again for the show. We can't step on the ice, but we usually play hacky sack. That is kind of like our ritual for a few of us in the cast. So we'll play hacky sack, it'll warm up our bodies, I'll stretch a little bit, and then it'll be time to lace up our skates, put our costumes on, and get out there.
Walls that Susie this step with the girl was much better. So you
It feels a bit easier since you told me what to do.
Yeah.
Just a note for all girls,
Yeah.
you need to stay as a block when you're doing that and back to the center, because right now you already kind of start going, each of you to go into your like, position and yeah, because
And now I'm not doing it
jump.
good.
Correct.
you doing
did
that,
it good,
it's,
you have
it's
split
really
because
high,
you're doing it
and
wrong.
it's really high, and I love it. It just and like it's last couple shots by Angela.
Yay!
Have a great show.
Oh, that was a good one. We're done with show notes, and now we are playing hacky sack. Typical ritual for pre-show.
The fishing state of destiny.
We got it.
You got it?
Yeah, go on.
I think that
Does it really matters?
we have finished the shows. It is the end of the night. It's been a little bit of a crazy show day, to say the least. We actually went into reblock for the second show, so we kind of had to scramble and sort something out in between shows, but we made it happen. Now I have showered. I have to take my show makeup off, of course, but I'm gonna go eat some show food before it's gone. So we get show food after the shows because the mess is closed now, and a lot of us don't eat dinner before the shows because dinner is during showtime. So I typically have eggs and chicken breast and some fruit if they've got something enticing. That is pretty much what I have post shows, because they also give us chicken fingers and pizza, but it's not really good for my belly. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing the process of me getting ready for a show. If you want to see more, make sure to subscribe if you're not already. I post twice a week, Mondays and Fridays at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Stay tuned for more adventures. We are crossing to the States, and then we will be cruising around the Caribbean. So some fun new content coming soon. But I love you guys to the moon and back. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.